Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. I'm Sammy, your host. Today, we're diving into Being and Nothingness by Jean-Paul Sartre, a dense and challenging philosophical work that examines the nature of existence, freedom, and human consciousness. Published in 1943, this cornerstone of existentialist philosophy explores how we navigate life, meaning, and identity in a world without inherent purpose. Let's break down this philosophical journey so you'll feel like you've read it cover to cover. In Being and Nothingness, Sartre seeks to understand what it means to exist by examining consciousness, freedom, and personal responsibility. He begins with a key distinction: the difference between being for itself and being in itself. For Sartre, being for itself refers to human consciousness, which is aware of itself and capable of reflecting on its own existence. Unlike objects, which are defined by fixed properties, human beings are defined by their ability to reflect, choose, and transform. On the other hand, being in itself refers to objects or things that exist without self-awareness or reflection. They simply are. Sartre argues that consciousness is unique in its ability to transcend itself, to imagine possibilities, and to pursue meaning in a world that offers none inherently. A key concept in the book is freedom. Sartre famously asserts that humans are condemned to be free, meaning that we have no choice but to make choices. We are thrown into existence without pre-existing purpose, yet we are responsible for creating meaning through our actions. For Sartre, freedom is both a privilege and a burden. While it allows us to shape our lives, it also makes us wholly responsible for who we become. This responsibility can be overwhelming, leading to what he calls anguish or existential anxiety, as we realize that every decision we make defines not only ourselves but also our vision of what humanity should be. One of the central ideas in Being and Nothingness is bad faith, a term Sartre uses to describe self-deception or the denial of our own freedom. He argues that people often lie to themselves to escape the weight of freedom and responsibility. For example, a person might convince themselves that they have no choice but to stay in a miserable job or relationship, believing that external circumstances dictate their life. Sartre sees this as a form of bad faith, where we avoid acknowledging our freedom and responsibility by hiding behind excuses, roles, or societal expectations. By refusing to accept the radical freedom we possess, we limit ourselves and fail to live authentically. Another important concept is the other. Sartre explores the idea of how our consciousness is shaped by the presence of others and how we, in turn, shape their perception of us. This dynamic creates what he calls the look or the gaze. When we realize we are being watched or judged by others, we often experience shame or discomfort, as we feel our freedom is limited by their expectations. This relationship with the other brings a new dimension to our identity, as we attempt to control how others see us while grappling with the fact that they view us independently of our intentions. For Sartre, this interaction highlights the complexity of human existence, where our freedom and identity are intertwined with our relationships and how we are perceived by others. Sartre also examines the concept of nothingness, which is central to human consciousness. He argues that human awareness of what is not allows us to imagine possibilities and to project ourselves into the future. This ability to negate or consider what is absent gives us the power to question, to envision alternatives, and ultimately to exercise freedom. However, it also introduces the haunting awareness of our own mortality, a recognition of our own inevitable nothingness that shapes our existence and decisions. By confronting nothingness, we gain the capacity to live more authentically, embracing life with all its limitations and uncertainties. A significant theme throughout Being and Nothingness is authenticity, or the commitment to live according to one's own values and choices, fully acknowledging one's freedom. Sartre believes that authentic living requires facing our existential responsibility and making choices that align with our deepest beliefs, even if that path is difficult or isolating. Living authentically, according to Sartre, means embracing the absurdity and freedom of existence, accepting that we alone are responsible for giving our lives meaning. In the end, Being and Nothingness is both an exploration and a challenge. Sartre invites us to confront the radical freedom we possess and to take full responsibility for who we are and what we do. By rejecting bad faith, we can step into a life of authenticity, where we are the authors of our own existence, free from excuses and self-deception. Sartre's existentialism emphasizes that meaning is not given to us, we must create it, and this creation requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to face the anguish and joy that come with freedom. Being and Nothingness is a profound, thought-provoking work that pushes us to examine the foundations of human existence. Sartre's philosophy remains a powerful call to embrace freedom, live authentically, and take responsibility for the life we lead. It's a reminder that while life may be devoid of inherent meaning, it is within our power to shape it according to our own values. Thank you for tuning in to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.